Hello everyone. This is Mike at Play Favorites. We're a friendly neighborhood toy store located in beautiful Front Royal, Virginia. And this afternoon, my goal in life is to teach you how to play the Disney I Found It hidden picture game. This game is recommended for 1 to 6 players, takes about 15 to 20 minutes per game, and it is recommended for ages 4 and up. However, I have played the I Found It hidden picture games with groups of adults, just adults, no kids at the table at all, and we've had a great time. These games are cooperative, which means that everyone plays together. You either win together or you lose together. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to show you how to play. So let me show you what comes in the box. You get this massive game board. This is actually 3 strips laid side by side. If you were playing the game, you would have to lay them all out into one very long 6-foot game board. My camera cannot see all that, so I just lay them out on the table. My table can't fit all that either. You get 6 character standees. We've got Mickey, you've got Belle, Stitch, one of the princesses from Frozen, one of the girls from Frozen, Moana, and Woody. I'm sorry that you can't see very well, but I had to zoom way out just so you can see what you can see in this video. So everyone chooses a character, and you take your character and you put them on the start space. We'll leave these 2 off to the side. We'll put Mickey Mouse to the side too. You also get these little Mickey Mouse markers, and you're going to use these every turn of the, well, at certain points in the game. You get a timer, very important, and a deck of cards. Each card has a blue side and a red side. The cards will have objects on them like balloons, boats, barrels, buckets, dishes, the number 8, tentacles, bridges, bicycles, frogs, so on and so forth. Okay, here's how we play. Maleficent wants to cast a spell on Aurora before she turns 16. In the corner over here, you have the Maleficent circle with numbers 1 through 16. Okay, if Maleficent ever gets, if that dial, that's what it's a dial, not a circle. If this dial ever gets all the way to 16, your team loses the game. Meanwhile, your team wins the game if they can go all the way from the start to the finish, which is over here. So you're traversing this great big board. Alrighty, so how do you do all that? How can Maleficent win, and how can you go about winning? Well, we've got this spinner over here. This spinner features the numbers 1 through 8. It also features Maleficent spaces, which are numbered 1 or 2, and 2 search spaces. Every turn, spin the spinner. If you land on a regular number, like 3, move your character that many spaces, so 3 spaces. If you land on a 7, you move your character 7 spaces. If you ever get to a fork on the board, you can choose which direction you would like to move your character. Now, if you land on a Maleficent space, then you move the Maleficent dial the corresponding amount of spaces. So if you land on Maleficent's 1 space, move the Maleficent dial 1 space over. If you land on the Maleficent 2 space, move the Maleficent dial 2 spaces over, ever closer to 16, which is when Aurora pricks her finger on the spinning wheel and you lose the game. There are also 2 search spaces on this board, a red one and a blue one. If you land on a search space, you activate the all search mode. If you land on a blue search space, turn over a blue card. Let's say it's barrels. Now, located all over this tremendous board are a plethora, a myriad, very many barrels. All of the players play at the same time, and they all are searching for barrels. Every time a player sees a barrel, they take one of these Mickey tokens and they put it down over a barrel. So there's a barrel, there's a barrel. You got to turn over the timer before you start this phase. You keep going, dropping the search tokens on barrels. Some of them can be tiny, some of them can be obvious. When the timer runs out, you count how many of the Mickey tokens that you have placed on the board, and every player, not just the player whose turn it is, every player gets to move their character that many spaces. So if you found 5 barrels, everyone moves ahead 5 spaces. Now, if you had landed on a red all search space on the spinner, it's the same thing. You just flip a card over to the red side and look for the object that's there. So let's say maybe it's flower pots. Now, There is one special space. There are special spaces on the board which also have a little Mickey symbol on them. If you land on those, then once again you activate search mode, and everyone gets to search together. You flip over the timer, turn over a card. However many objects you find, everyone moves their character that many spaces. And it is a tremendous race against time for your characters to get to the finish before Maleficent casts her spell when her dial reaches the number 16. That's how you play. I played this game with a group of grown-ups all around the table, and we were smashing heads together, inspecting the board, desperately trying to find as many objects as we could to move our characters ahead, because you have a long way to go. So you need to find a lot of objects every turn, because there is a pretty good chance that you are going to spin onto a Maleficent space, and she's going to be ever so much closer to beating you, and you will be ever so much closer to losing the game. So it's exciting, it's intense, but it's also really, really easy to play. The board is amazing. There's pretty much a section, a habitat, a zone, a world for every Disney movie that you have, every animated Disney movie that you have ever heard of. You have Moana, you have Pocahontas, you've got 101 Dalmatians, Lilo and Stitch, The Lion King, Alice in Wonderland, Beauty and the Beast, of course, Toy Story, just so many. So if you're a Disney fan, you'll love this. If you're not a Disney fan, it is still a great game. And if you just absolutely can't stand classic Disney, don't worry. There's a Marvel version of the game that is almost identical, just a smidge different. And I know that Marvel is owned by Disney, but come on, they're not the same thing. I highly recommend this game for anyone. This is Mike at Play Favorites. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have a great day. Toodles.